it's done. It's finally done. I've got my own TARDIS interior. Although there's still some things that need doing. And hopefully we'll get all of those done in this episode of Dalek Mod Survival. Welcome to episode 13. Hey everyone, I'm DT10 and welcome to episode 13 of Dalek Mod Survival. And today, for effectively the first time ever, we are starting over here in our TARDIS. But no, not a little stone slab, a fully fledged TARDIS interior. So yeah, I've finally done it. I've actually completed my TARDIS interior. Now it's not quite done, there's some other stuff to do. I'm not too happy with this roof, I'm not too happy with certain elements, some stuff needs filling up like this, I'd like to get some chairs and stuff, but this is ultimately my design complete. So I really hope you like it. This took quite a while. So part of this was in a stream that I did on Monday, and then the rest of it was just me building off camera for this time lapse. But yeah, this is what I've ended up with, and I really hope you like it. So in today's episode, we're going to be making some progress on this TARDIS. In fact, quite a lot of progress. There's still a lot that needs doing. For example, I need someone to place this enchantment table. I need a fully fledged storage system and stuff. I might put some chests somewhere. I might make some doorways and stuff because we're going to improve the bridges at some point in a later episode. But we're also probably going to be making some progress on my base. And the reason we're going to be doing that is because I've made some off-camera progress. So we'll head over there now. And when I say off-camera progress, I mean quite a lot of off-camera progress. Yeah. So I've basically made it look like a cave. There's no more terracotta, that needs sorting out and stuff. There's no more terracotta, there's pretty much just stone. Now what I want to do is the top over there, there's not much up there at all. And then there's also some details that need fixing. For example, that's quite a hard corner. You've got some bits up there that's just too straight. So we'll do all of that, and it also needs texturing. But yeah, I've made quite a lot of progress on my base. But even without all the texturing and stuff, it's just such an improvement from that massive hole. And speaking of the massive hole, as you can see, I haven't really filled any of it in, so we're either going to have to fill all of this in or light it up for the sake of mob spawning and stuff. But yeah, I think it just looks really good. So this is what I'm talking about. There's pretty much nothing here. I want to do these tentacles, which I talked about. I want to make it overlap and stuff. There's still a lot to do. But that's pretty much what I'm planning for this episode. We've got a lot of base progress to do and a lot of TARDIS progress. So yeah, that's the plan for this episode. So I think what I'm going to do to start with is actually base progress. You see, our TARDIS right now, it's in a really good state. I mean, the main building is done, however, there's just some details we need to add, but that can be done at a later date. What I'd like to work on is my base, and at the moment, it's very bland. It needs that smoothing out, like I said, it needs all the texturing and stuff, and Teeb has actually offered to help with that, so we'll get in a call with him for that soon. However, what I'd first like to do is add my Nether Portal. Now, don't get me wrong, this Nether Portal is not going to be used much, mainly because of this thing. We're just going to go to the Nether in our TARDIS. However, add some really nice colour to the base, and it can serve as a really nice decoration, plus I'll probably use it occasionally. Yep, you guessed it, it's that time again, we're in a creative test world. And this is actually quite an old creative test world, so yeah, my sound is off right now, mainly because of this thing. It was making far too much noise. But like I said, this is an old creative test world. This was me when I was planning my base. As you can see, this is some very dodgy looking explosions when I was planning my cave base. This is where I was planning the base that I'm no longer going to be building on the server, but this is my Nether Portal design, and it actually works really well. So just like with a lot of my early builds, this doesn't consider Silk Touch, so obviously a lot of this will be normal stone. But because in this version we don't really have stone stairs, we don't have stone walls, we don't even have stone slabs, so most of this will at the end of the day be cobblestone. So what I'm thinking is this main bit is cobblestone here, then we kind of have the cobblestone seeping off, a bit like what we're going to do with the tentacles coming out of the base here, and I think that would look really good. So let me know what you think of this design, but this is definitely the one I'm going to be using on the server. So we're back on Dalek Mod Survival, and I think my Nether Portal will actually probably go here, only because it will just be a lot easier. This bit's a lot smoother anyway, and I want to have a third one of these rooms. I don't just want two, so I was going to have initially 4, but I think it would be better just put my Nether Portal here. So first I'm going to need to clear my inventory of all this junk, and I'm also going to need my armor back. In fact, I need a lot of stuff from this shulker box here. There we go, I can clear the junk out later, but I've got what I need. And actually I haven't got what I need. I need my obsidian if we're going to build a Nether Portal. So I'm not going to time-lapse this build, I'm kind of just going to get going, because like I said, we're probably not going to use this much, it's honestly just for decoration, but it's a nice decoration to have all the same. I'm starting to realise that this is actually quite a hard build to replicate. I'm really struggling with all the blocks here. It's actually quite complicated, but it should look pretty good by the end. Right, so I've kind of got my main frame in place, and yeah, this is definitely going to add a lot of colour to the base. It looked really big in that creative test world, but it actually fits really, really nicely in here. I was kind of worried about the size, but anyway, now we've got to add the proper portal, or rather the portal frame. So that requires digging out this whole space, and honestly, I'm probably not going to bother texturing this. It looks quite good with stone anyway. And it's kind of just occurred to me, I don't even have a flint and steel, although luckily I do have a Fortune 3 diamond shovel, and I've already got the iron, so it shouldn't be too hard, but now I just need some gravel. There we go, first try, I've got some flint, and now the iron, and I've got my flint and steel, and I think this should look pretty cool, provided I've done it right. Oh, that looks really, really good. Oh, but that sound's going to annoy me. With some muted volume, as I was saying, it looks really, really good. I really like this. However, it definitely needs some blending. We can't just have such a smooth transition to the stone from the cobblestone, so I think I'm going to work on that now. But Teeb is actually on the server, so we should be able to start texturing my base, and that will look really cool. So we may as well do that while we're texturing. So I'm now here with Teeb at my base, and yeah, we're going to make as much progress as we can on it, so it should look pretty good by the end, and of course there's only one way we're going to be doing this, and that's in the form of a time-lapse with 2 people, so I guess let's go. Oh, this hurts. I'm in a lot of pain. But somehow, for some reason, my time-lapse of this entire thing got corrupted. I just can't access it at all. So really, really sorry about that. However, thankfully, my OBS recording of me in first person just doing all this work didn't get corrupted. So this is what you're seeing now, slightly blurred for the sake of your eyes. Now, grant you, it's not half as good, but this was an hour and a half's worth of progress for me and Teeb, so I figured I'd want to show something in the episode. So what I did at the start, just like I said I would, is I blended the cobblestone from the portal into the surrounding stone. All the while Teeb was doing some texturing. I then helped Teeb with the texturing a little bit and then went to the top of the base, blended that in a little bit. I then did some more smoothing out of the edges. I had to go to my mob farm to repair my tools because they got pretty broken, and that's pretty much all the progress we were able to make, and I think it's turned out really, really well. So there's a lot to unpack from this. We made so much progress. But firstly, Teeb, thank you so much for your help. This is much appreciated. I've now got a really nicely textured base, and there's still a bit to do, but it looks so much better. So yeah, like I said, a lot to unpack. There was so much progress made then. The main thing being all of this cobblestone you see, all of this andesite, and this portal, which looks really, really good. And there was also some progress up there. So the main things we did was make it so that it's a bit more curved. So like you see here, instead of it being so flat like a right angle, we added some blocks in like that. Teeb then also did a lot of texturing with the cobblestone stuff and the andesite, and that looks really, really good. Or there's a couple of bits just like that, for example, that need fixing. And then at the top, as you can see, it's mainly just a lot of tidying up. So I haven't actually put any of the tentacles in yet, and yes, I am going to call them tentacles, but I've mainly just tidied up this bit, made it overlap so it's level with all of the ground here. There's some more to do here. I might put in a bit of a fake mountain here just to make it look a little bit less flat, but I think all of that can wait for a future episode. That was so much progress. That was over an hour's worth of grinding for me and Teeb, a lot of texturing and stuff, so now we can work on this thing. So it's been a day or two since all of that base progress and that corrupted time-lapse, and I've been really thinking about what to do with this TARDIS. You see, what I really need to do is break up this floor because there's too much Gallifrey stone. However, I also really need a place to put my enchanting table, a bit of a storage system, and by the way, when I say storage system, I might do something redstone in the future, but for now I'm just thinking a load of shulker boxes and chests. And this is my idea. We basically make another platform all the way under here. And what we do is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe just 2 spiral staircases here leading down into it. So we can place all of our chests and enchantment tables and stuff down there. We can decorate it with some walls. And when I say walls, I'm not thinking half as decorated as this. Maybe just these pillars here. We could add glass or something in the future, but that's what I'm thinking. Then we've got ample space and it breaks up this with some staircases. The first thing I've got to work out is where is my rough middle? That kind of looks like a middle, although I probably want to go with this one more so. Yeah, that probably looks better. Oh, and I've just realised I may fall into the void doing this, so I should probably take all of my armour and stuff off. There we go, that's much better. I've also halved my food, just in case. So yeah, I'd say this looks like a pretty good starter point. So it's 2 blocks out from there. So what I'm going to do is replicate this on this side, because I might put 4 in the future, but I think for now, I'm just going to go with 2 spiral staircases. Right, so next thing I've got to do is actually build the staircases. Now, I'm thinking we go around 6 blocks down. I'm not too sure. Oh, but we're definitely going to need some water, because otherwise we're definitely not getting down there. And I've got absolutely no water. So I've just made a little infinite water source as well, which will make this a lot easier. And I guess we're going to have to go under here. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the best way to do this is, but I'm kind of just going to hope for the best. Right, so I just did a very risky thing and got rid of my water and placed it 1 block across. But that basically just means I'm stuck. Oh, wait a minute. Right, okay, I'm thinking we have the water here. So this is the actual block we're going to be using. We're obviously going to be filling this in with what we're going to make our spiral staircase out of. And honestly, I'm just thinking this wood for our middle bit. And then just these slabs, to be honest. I think we'll go pretty simplistic. So we need some dark oak. Oh, this is spruce, isn't it? Oh. Okay, phew. I've just found 51 spruce wood. That should be good enough. Now, what I'm going to do is place a block above there, and then we're going to go right under here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we'll go with 6. I'm not really sure how big we need to do this. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to go with 6, and then we'll put the floor down here. I may as well make where the floor's going to go as well. So if we place a dirt block there, and then place that slab under there, yeah, perfect. That's where we want our floor. Right, so I have temporarily got rid of our water up there, just to make it a bit easier. So we can always go back up if we need to, because we can just place our water on here. But now I'm just going to make these 9, and this is where our floor is going to be. So we obviously will be extending this at some point. But I just need a sort of basic idea of where we're going to do this. And then we'll do this for the other side as well. Right, this is a pretty good starting point. And then all I'm going to do is just do a very simple staircase. So I think we're just going to do something like this. Honestly, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. Just your standard spiral staircase. Oh, wait a minute. I've been a bit stupid here, haven't I? Oh, you're not going to be fitting under here. Oh, I think we might need some stairs, actually, thinking about it. You're kidding. I went all the way up there, and I've just found a stack of Gallifrey brick stairs in my inventory. Oh, well, I guess we'll make a start. But I think despite that, I think it's actually done. So if we mine that block, that doesn't look too bad at all. And it blends really nicely in. Now, we are going to have to be careful of this, obviously, because you need this, otherwise you hit your head. And can I put a block there? Yeah, no, I can't put a block there. So we do definitely need this. But at the moment, it's very dangerous because you could just slip off there. But once we've got walls and everything, I think it'll be a lot better. And this doesn't actually look bad at all. Now, I might put... Does that look any better? I think I probably prefer that. Right, I'll go and replicate this on the other side. Give me a second. Stairs go in like this. Now for the slabs. And done. Lovely. Oh, you're joking. I was worried about this. So I didn't really come and look at this design much. But it's basically got this arrowhead pointing in that way. And then over here, it's pointing in the same direction. It's not symmetrical. It should be a fairly easy fix, though. Alright, there we go. I think this is good now. So that's that side, and then this side looks exactly the same. Perfect. So now we can actually move on to going down here, and we basically need to create a massive platform at this level. So this is Y118. Cool, we're quite high. So I think I'm just going to connect these up with slabs, and I'm going to need more than 14. But then we're basically just going to go around and create the exact same circle we've got here under there. Now, I do realise that that will take us quite a while, but this TARDIS is still very much a long-term project. You know, I was never planning on getting it completely done this episode. Alright, so having connected the 2 stairs up, I think I've got a better way of doing this. What I'm going to do is, using my water and stuff, I'm going to go down on these blocks all the way around. Basically, so that I know where I need to do it. So it's this exact block, and then I can just go down with some dirt. Alright, so those dirt pillars are now in place all the way around, which basically means when I go under here, as you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 round here. Yeah, 4 dirt pillars to work with. And that means that when I go all the way to these dirt pillars, I know that's my boundary. That block there is where I should be with my slabs. Well, we're just going to have to go with it. If that's our middle, then we need to go 3 blocks out this way. And I guess I'll just get to making a circle. Alright, so here's our very dodgy looking circle. Now, it is actually the right circle. I did calculate it all and everything, but it just looks really weird. Like, this looks like it should be too long. But anyway, now we've got the task of filling all of this space in, and I might need to go back to Gallifrey because I'm not entirely sure I've got enough Gallifrey brick to complete this. Oh, yeah, I definitely haven't got enough Gallifrey brick to complete this. I'm not sure we're going to get this done with 3 stacks. I mean, we're using slabs, so it is at least doubled. We have got just over 6 stacks, but I'm still not sure if it will complete it. Oh well, we're just going to have to see how it goes. And that is me all out of Gallifrey brick slabs. And all of my Gallifrey bricks, so we can't actually craft anymore. So we're just going to have to make a short trip. Yeah, no, to be completely honest, I'm not really complaining. This is very satisfying. And after about a whopping 20 seconds of mining, we've already got over 4 stacks, or just about 4 stacks. So I think we've probably got enough. And now we get back to placing slabs. This is pretty boring. Well, I may have miscalculated quite how many slabs we need, because I've still got a lot left. But that's fine, because we can always use them at a later date. Plus, I will need to craft up a lot of these chiseled bricks, so they will come in handy eventually. And this actually looks really, really good. It looks really clean, and it does actually kind of look like a circle. Now, I've got 2 options on where to go from here. I can either tidy up the roof, and I can do the walls. I think I'm going to go with the walls first, because I will tidy up the roof eventually, but at the moment it looks like it's just a floating slab, and I don't really want it to look like that. So what we're going to do is basically extend these pillars. That's if I can find one of the pillars. There. We're going to extend those pillars all the way down, and I think it should look pretty good. Now, like I said, we're going to need some Gallifrey chiseled bricks, and I think 37 will probably do, but 39 spruce wood is almost certainly not going to be enough. So we're going to have to head over to the spruce area, and I'm pretty sure it's this way. There we go, 2 stacks. Oh, that absolutely terrified me. I thought I was falling to my death then. Anyway, 2 stacks of spruce wood should be perfectly fine. And I'm also going to need some buttons, because we are basically going to be doing this design just on a bigger scale. Right, so I've just done these 2 designs here for now, and I'm not entirely sure which one I prefer. Oh, that's actually really tricky. I think I'm going to have to go for this one, only because I think this one just looks a little bit too crowded. But the only reason I'm not doing all the way up to there is because, like I said, we're going to be tidying this roof up at some point as well. Maybe not in this episode, because we've made a lot of progress this episode, but we will at some point. So now I've just got to replicate this pretty much all the way around. And actually, I've just thought, why am I making them 1 block back? Would it look better to just have them here? Oh, I think it would. I think I might actually make them on here instead. I think that would be a lot better. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. It looks pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to replicate this all the way around. Alright, so I've put all of the pillars in place, and I think this actually looks really, really good. And obviously, at the moment, apart from all the dirt, it kind of does look like it's floating. But obviously, that will get changed at a later date. And speaking of the dirt, I do want to remove all of that, so we'll do that now. Alright, so that's as much dirt removed as I could see. And yeah, this place is really, really coming along. Now, something I am curious about is how does it look from the outside? Because obviously, anyone coming along the TARDIS bridges will see how my TARDIS looks instantly. Right then, how does this look? Oh, that looks really cool. Oh, especially when all of those will be connected and stuff. Yeah, this looks really, really cool. Now, because I didn't want to use as many resources, it does look a little bit weird from the outside, because obviously there's just so much of that missing. Now, if we wanted to, we could tidy that up in the future, but I don't think there's too much need to right now. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. This is coming along really nicely. But we are quickly running out of time for today's episode, so I think I will leave it here. I think I'll tidy up the roof off camera, then maybe in our next episode we can kit this out with all our chests and stuff. They'll probably go here, our enchantment table in one of the corners, maybe an anvil over here or something, and it will look really, really cool. I was also thinking we could fill all of this with something like white glass, because I have a lot of bone meal, so a lot of white dye, because obviously of my skeleton farm. And that bone meal actually leads me on to the final thing I want to do for this episode. So we're now actually back at my base, and as you guys are aware, I have a lot of terracotta. Like, this is well over 2 full shulker boxes full. So I've been really wanting to get rid of this, and there's even more in here. But anyway, I've been really wanting to get rid of this, and I've really been wanting to sell it to someone, but nobody's wanted to buy it until now. You see, the reason it links to the bone meal is because Ginger is actually designing his custom TARDIS as well, and it requires a lot of white terracotta, and I offered to give him 1, maybe even 2 shulker boxes full of the stuff. So if I dye all all of this white with my bone meal, I offered 10 diamonds in return for him to get this entire shulker full of terracotta and the box itself, which I think is a really, really good deal. And plus, it helps me in the sense that it'll sort out my mini chest monster here as well. So off camera, or maybe even next episode, we'll be sorting that out. So yeah, I'm afraid that's it for this episode. So I figured it'd be best to leave off in our brand new TARDIS interior. We have made so much progress today, with the base progress all the way outside there, so much TARDIS progress, and hopefully next episode there will be less base and TARDIS progress and a little bit more of something else, but I'll keep that secret for now. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. Now I'd just like to say at the end, apologies it is a little bit later than some of my others, but that's because I've had a lot of things going on, but mainly I just want to say I've started a brand new series over at Twitch. So on Saturday the 15th, I actually had my first episode, and it is a Minecraft hardcore series. So that basically means it's a single player world on the latest version of Minecraft 1.16, and I basically play completely vanilla hardcore. And somehow I managed to survive my entire stream without dying, which means there will be an episode 2 next Saturday at 4:30 PM BST. So if you think you might be interested in that, make sure to go and check out my Twitch. The link is in the description, just like it is in all of my videos. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like or comment, and if you'd like to see more content like this, then please subscribe. But I've been DT10, and I will see you in the next episode.